Okay, just record this video just to show you how to create a graph in Word. So our problem is a person is travelling 20 kilometres for every 15 minutes. How far do they travel in 70 minutes? Okay, so let's start off by inserting a graph. Okay, so we go insert, chart. Pick the type of chart we want, which in this case is a line graph. Okay, so that's brought in the chart just with some nonsense data in it and the table of values. Okay, so first thing you can see here, this has got 3 lines in it. We only want one on our graph. Each line is represented by a series here, so we need to get rid of those. For some reason, it's acting a bit strangely here. But if you just something to do with the video tools I'm using, but if you click on the column, then right-click and delete. Click on the column, right-click, delete. Okay, that gets us down now to having the one sort of series, or if you like, the one line. Okay, so from there we look at our categories. Okay, so category is what's going on the x-axis, and the value here is what's going on the y-axis. So let's change the category here to be what we want on our x-axis, which is going to be time. Okay, so given the type of graph we're doing, we're going to change that first value to 0. Then from our data we can work out basically every 15 minutes we can work out values pretty quickly. So we've got 30 minutes. Okay, now at this point I'm going to run out of values in the shaded area, so I need to insert some more columns. So right click on click first on the row name, then right click and go insert, and do that a few times until we've got enough space to get up to at least 70 minutes here. Okay, so 30 becomes 45, we add 15 more minutes, another 15 gets us to 60, another 15 gets us to 75, and that'll allow us to answer our question, so we don't need to go above that one. Okay, nothing, no harm if we do, so why don't we just add that, the last 15 there, and take us up to 90. Okay, now at that point we just complete our table of values. Now we know that in 15 minutes they've gone 20 kilometres. Okay, so we'll put that one in. That's our basis for starting. We'll get rid of the other data that we don't need yet. Okay, now we know again if they've been travelling for 0 minutes, so we've gone 0 kilometres. So we'll put that one in too. Now from there, because we're working in direct proportion, every time we double the minutes, okay, we just double the kilometres. Okay, so we double from 15 to 30 minutes, we double the kilometres to 40 minutes. Okay, now we've added another 15 here to go from 30 to 45, and every 15 minutes it's 20. Okay, so we just add another 20 kilometres. Okay, here again we've increased by 15 minutes, so we must increase this value by 20 minutes. 80, and at 75 again we've added another 15 minutes, so we add here another 20 kilometres. Okay, 90 minutes, same thing. Again, we've added another 15 minutes, so we add another 20 kilometres. Okay, now at that point our basic graph is drawn, and we can see it's a straight line, so we know we've worked our table correctly. Okay, we've got things in proportion. From this point, it's really now, you could actually answer the question at this point, but we're going to just do a little bit of formatting of the graph to make it look a little bit nicer. So you can close your table of values. We're finished with that. Okay, over here, now you've got your chart. If you click in that, these tools should appear. This one here will let you do most of the editing you want to do. So click on that. And what we want to do is add some axis titles, so we know what we're actually looking at here. So we'll click on that, and you can see they appear. So this one here, we'll just name that now by clicking in it, distance, and we'll just put that in kilometres. Down here, we'll just call this one, oops, time, minutes. That we don't don't really need it, sort of implied what we're looking at. And at the top here, we'll just time by distance. Okay. Okay, so at that point our graph's looking a little bit better. First, the last thing we can do here if we want is we can change the style slightly up here. So I've just picked on a different style, so I've actually got the vertical lines as well. Okay, so then we go to answer the question. Okay, so how far in 70 minutes do they travel? And again, it's just an approximation because we're using the graph here. But what you need to do then is locate along your line here around about where you think 70 minutes is going to be. Okay, so at the midpoint here, well, that's going to be what, 67 and a half. Okay, so it's a little bit more than that. So about halfway between there and there is going to be a good indication of about 70 minutes. So from there we just move up to this line here. Okay, and then move across here and estimate that's going to be what, somewhere around about 95 kilometres, something like that. Okay, because that's 80, that's 100. 90 directly between them, it's about there, so about 95 kilometres. Okay, so type your answer in the sheet, and then you hand in. Again, this example is slightly different to the one you're doing, but should hopefully help you if you want to create your graph in Word.